Hello, writers. It's Mrs. Sokolowski, and I wanted to talk with you today about how to find ideas for personal narratives or blogging when you feel stuck. I know sometimes when we are writing, some friends in the class have said, I don't know what to write about. I'm not sure. I don't have any ideas. So I'm hoping this might help you if you ever feel that way. One thing you could do is use the cover of your writer's notebook for inspiration. There is a reason that we decorated our cover with pictures and quotes and things from our life. If you look at the cover of your writer's notebook, it might help you remember a time that you want to write about. Or even if there's a picture of something that you like, it might remind you of a time that you saw that thing. Like here is an example of one of my students' notebooks, and she wrote that she loves to write no matter what, and talked about friends. And this picture of this large turtle might remind her of a time that she went to the aquarium. Or her quote about friendship might make her think about a time that she was with her friends, or a story about friendship. So your writer's notebook cover will definitely help you get started. If the cover doesn't give you an idea, then look inside your notebook where you have lists, free writes, and sketches. Does anything stand out? Is there any idea from what you've written that you might want to develop further into a longer piece of writing? So try the cover and then try the inside of your notebook. If that fails, then one thing I always do is I think about people I love and times that I spent together with them. So for example, my family is something that I love. They're people that I love very much. And one thing we did this summer was we went to Hershey Park. And there's lots of stories from that trip. And one story that I did tell you was the time that my son got lost at Hershey Park. So that's one thing that I can think to write about. Another example is I can think about my daughter Megan, and I read to her a lot, and she's very funny with the books that we read. We laugh and read books together, and one book that we just read together, there was an animal called a stoat, and she's been talking about the stoat all the time, nonstop, and wants to know facts about the stoat. So I'm thinking about writing a blog post about the whole experience of the stoat, but somebody that I love and something we did together inspired a story. Next, my son Alex, he is 6 now, and one thing I do is I watch him play soccer before the season ended, and definitely gives me lots of ideas about how he's growing up and the way he's changing, and just being a mom and seeing your child start to grow. So there's somebody that I love and something that we do together that makes me think of some writing ideas. Another idea you could think of is thinking about some feelings you have, some strong feelings, and then think about the times you felt that way. So happy, sad, nervous, scared, proud, ashamed, those are really strong feelings, and you can think about a time that you felt that way. For example, ashamed. I always think about a time where I was working at a department store and I was in the jewelry department and I was unpacking new earrings, and one of the earrings I unpacked had a dolphin in them, and I didn't think they were very nice. And I was saying to the person across the counter from me, oh my goodness, look at these earrings, they're so ugly. And then I looked up and saw she was wearing the earrings, and I hurt her feelings, and I felt so bad. So it was really a good lesson in being careful about what you say and trying to only say kind things. But that story tells about how I felt ashamed. So I can think about those strong feelings and times I felt that way. Another thing that you could do is think about your 5 best things that ever happened to you and 5 worst things. And usually one of those things is something that was big in your life and would inspire you to write. And if you're in the mood to write something positive, then the 5 best things should really be something that you can kind of run with. And if something on the worst list is just a story you really need to tell, then that might help you too. And if all of those ideas do not get you started with your writing, then these are just some quick ideas that you could pick one of these and kind of just get started. I found that sometimes when you just start writing, the ideas come, and when you are just sitting there saying I'm stuck, it's really hard to get unstuck. But if you just go with something, then maybe new ideas will come out and you'll be ready. So a time you won something, or a time you lost something, a time you learned a lesson, a time you surprised yourself, a time you made the wrong choice, a time you made the right choice, a time you would do over if you could, and a time that you wish you could keep forever. So if you are stuck, I hope that one of these ideas will help you. Just pick one, start writing, and then your brain will get moving and you'll be ready to write more of other ideas you care about. Ideas really are everywhere, and the more you pay attention to your life, the more you have to write about. The more you write, the more ideas will come to you. So let's think, what are some other ways that we can find ideas for writing? I hope you share with me and then I could share with others. Thanks, boys and girls. Have fun writing.